Greetings. Welcome to This is Private Practice. It is 4:30 p.m. on Wednesday. Wednesday, Soph? Is it Wednesday?
Yes.
Oh, phew. Wednesday. That's good. That means I've still got a day left tomorrow. 17th of April. Oh, my goodness. Wishing my cousin Liam an extremely happy birthday and my son an extremely happy birthday for tomorrow, the 18th. Ha ha. He will be 19. I am the mother of a 19-year-old. Holy crapola. How did that happen? Seriously, I can remember him being, anyway. You're not here to listen to me talk about I can't have a 19-year-old son. Surely that's not possible. I have. It's all good. Well, I haven't been around much this week, as you have probably noticed. It's been a bit of an up and down and all over the place. And to be very frank, my energy levels have not been great. I am overdue for a week off, which is happening next week. Hurrah! And I have been feeling the effects of pushing through. And I thought that would be a really interesting topic of conversation for today. How do we know when we can push through something, and how do we know when not to push through? So I get to work with people, generally speaking, as a rehabilitation counsellor, when they have pushed through to the point where there is no more get up and go. They're like a bouncy ball that's got a hole in it and they just go, and there is no bounce back. And quite often when I have spoken to these people, one of the things that is a standout characteristic for me is they've all said that somewhere in the last 2 years, they knew that they were on not great ground, but they continued to push through and push through and push through to the point where there was just nothing left to push with. So pushing takes force. So if we're going to keep pushing through, then we are going to end up somewhere. So for me, on Monday, I needed to leave work early. I put myself to bed and I slept for a very long period of time. And then yesterday, I was all prepared to go when I got a phone call from a large organisation asking us to offer them some refinements on a proposal that we put in 12 months ago, and they needed it before 9 o'clock this morning. And knowing how my energy levels work, there was no way I was working into the night, because goodness only knows what it would have been, the refinement. It may have been full of profanity. Never good to put profanities into a corporate proposal. Just, rule of thumb. So I felt pretty sluggish again today, and I'm finding it difficult to get going in the mornings, and that's consistent with how my fatigue and my energy levels like to make themselves known. I find mornings really difficult, and I tend to have a lot more energy during the middle of the day, and it'll get to about 8:30 tonight, and then it'll be like shut down. There is nothing left. So today I have been really consistent, and I've been able to cross a lot of things off my list, a lot more than I thought I was going to. So how did I know that I could push through this stuff today? Well, number one, I knew that I'd had good rest. So despite the fact that I still felt a bit funny, I knew that I was more well rested than I usually am. I gave myself permission that if I started to feel nauseous or dizzy, because they're two really big key indicators for me, that we stop. So I kind of had already had my flare-up management plan in place, that I knew if I felt nauseous or if I felt dizzy, that I needed to stop. And I've noticed for myself, if I start to feel upset in the stomach, or if I can't restore my balance, then that's it. I'm done. I've gone too far. So I keep checking in with myself today. I've also done my really cool energy management technique where I work for 45 minutes and then I have a 15-minute break. Work for 45 minutes, have a 15-minute break. Haven't had any travel to do this week, which has been delightful, but I have had a lot of screen-based activity to do this week, which is hard on my head. So I've been making sure that I've been getting up and walking around. The few phone calls that I've had, I've done walking around. I've managed some washing on the washing line. I've walked around my home a little bit. Wherever I get the chance to do movement, I'm actually making sure that is happening. So as I announced earlier in this video, I'm about to take a week off. My sister has arrived from Vancouver, so I'm going to spend a very long weekend with her. I'm looking forward to that immensely. John, my husband, and we're going to catch up with Anthony. We're all meeting on the south coast of New South Wales. It is beautiful down there. Be prepared for the spam in your news feeds of all the photos of all the pretty sunsets, because I'm going to be doing that. And I'm going to be around next week, but I'm really focused on just delivering to my clients. So I have decided to give myself a week off from the lives. There will be some social media going out. There will be some content going out to keep everybody interested, and so that I feel like I'm working, because, you know, switching off hasn't yet started. Ha ha ha. There we go. So it's really, really important that you start to know what your cues are for when push through is enough, when we've done enough. And it takes a little bit of practice, and it takes somebody to help you with some perspective to actually know what they are, because two things are going to happen. One is you're not actually going to do as much as you could, and then your resilience starts to deteriorate because you're not practicing that muscle, or you do too much and then you just go flat and you just fall over. So we need to work out what the balance is, when is enough for you. And guess what? There's no prescription, because it's about you. So if you're going to build a business, if you're going to build a private practice and do the kind of work with clients that we do, you're going to have to learn how to read these signals in your own self. Some of you, they'll be physical, some of you, they'll be cognitive, some of them will be emotional. I have no other way of being able to describe that to you right now, other than take some time to work out how you feel just before you know that you've done too much. If you can reflect on that, what is it that's going on just before you've done too much? Because it's that just before moment that we're trying to apprehend and become familiar with. There you go. So for those of you who are in Australia and you're celebrating with us over the Easter long weekend, I wish you a very safe and happy long weekend. Please be careful on our roads. We all know that we have terrible road carnage at this time of year. Let's not do that. Make sure that you connect with your family and your friends. Enjoy the beautiful weather, and I look forward to connecting with you in a week or so's time. Until then, you can go be your fabulous self.